What? I hope you are feeling well today. Now we are going to continue our journey with creating our lovely application. What we are going to do in this video that we are going to create this form or this file, and also we are going to uh, do the delete button. So first, let's just delete this hashtag that appeared. First, why did the this is strange. Let me see. This is user number 1, and when I refresh, it's gone. Let's check the index of the post of the ID. Oh, I know why. Because I went out with my friends and I got back, so it logged me out. So let's log in with the user again. User at user.com, and the password was password. So let's go to the posts, and everything is good, but it's not showing here for some reason. Let me check. The user ID is 1, and this user is 1. So why aren't you showing up here, buddy? Let's go to another page and refresh this. My second post. This is strange. Okay, it is showing up here, but it's not showing up here, which is weird. And also, I think, let me double check the index blade. It's a row, which means that this will be shown if the post ID, the post user ID. Now it will be shown to both of. It was a typo or a logical mistake I made in the previous video, so I fixed it now. Let's now create our edit form and delete button. We will create the edit file first. Let's go to the posts and create our edit.blade.php, and let's grab the code from here because it is pretty the same. We are going to add the title here in h2 edit post. Okay, and we are going to change the path or the action accordingly to fire up the update method, which is posts, and we will pass the ID, which will be the post ID. Okay, and we are going to, here there is a tricky part. Okay, if you pass here a put request, it will not be received well in the backend. So what we are going to do here in this form, that we are going to type a post request. Okay, and we are going to add another parameter here, or another variable, which is the method, and we are going to pass in it a put. All right, so it will pass the it's a post request, but it is a put request. So if it is received on the backend, it will be received well. If you don't put this function or this line of code, it will not work with you. And with it, it will be a post. It will be a put request, but the method of the form is a post request. All right. So, and we are going to just add the previous values here, or the value of the post. It is the post title, because we are going here inside this form with a post. Okay, and we are going to put the post body here, body. Okay, and everything is awesome now. So now what we are going to do is we are going to show this form in the post controller. So we are going to go to the edit function, and we're going to search for the product. It's a product, and find the ID. Okay, and we are going to pass or return the view in the posts folder, and we are going to fire up the edit late, right, with a post, which is a post. It's here, it's not a product, it's a post. It's a post. I think I used the product here. Post. Okay, everything is post. Okay. Now we are going to refresh this page, and we are going to click on this button. Okay, we didn't specify the path in the button. So let's go to the index, and let's specify the path, which is post. It was here. We can see that it's posts, and then the ID, and then edit. So posts, and then the ID, which will be the post ID, and then it will be the edit. So let's refresh this page and go to the edit with the previous values of the post. All right, so let's now handle the update method or update function. Let's go to the update function. It's actually the same as the store method, unless that we are going to change a thing in it. So first we are going to check the entered values if they are not null, okay? And then we are going to search for the post. We are going to search for it using the find function, using the ID, which is passed here. And then we are going to update these values, and we are going to save it, and we are going to edit this. Post is updated, and finally we are going to return this view as a redirect. Okay, so I think that we are done with the update method. Let me first just erase that method to show you what will happen if you don't use it. So my post update, and let's submit. Post is updated. Update, I think it's not saved yet. Yeah, that's what happened. It wasn't saved, I think. So the post request is not supported. Okay, so the supported is the put or patch and get and head and delete. So if we add this line now, which is that was a boom moment. Okay, so let's resend, and the post should be updated. Let's just now update, refresh the page, and let's remove this updated, and let's submit, and the post is updated. So without it, it will give you an error that the post method is not supported. And with this line, with this thing, it will know that this is a put request. Okay, we are going to do the same, the same thing with the delete function. So follow it up with me. Now we are going to do the delete button. Let's go to the index, and let's configure this line. Oh, why is that like this? Okay, we are going to do it as a form, but this form has only one button. Okay, so let's open up a form here and let's do the action. It's a regular form and the method. We are going to do the same that we did with the update, and let's close this form. Okay, and we are going to give the CSRF token, and also we are going to pass the method as delete. All right, and we are going to use the action as the delete. Where is the destroy? There is the destroy, so we're going to use this path. Let's use this path in the action, posts, and then the ID of the post, which will be the post ID. Let's indent that. And let's change this to a regular button because we want to set it as a submit button. And we will give the type as a submit. And we are set the class for the button, btn danger, delete. Let's close the button. Let's check this out. Okay, it's not styled well because btn danger. And also we messed up the styles. Let's make these three things inline, which are this button. I think that the inline. And let's create a class here equals to, let's copy this class, it's a bootstrap thing again and again, and this also. It will make them inlined, and let's set a margin mx2. I like to use the 2 in the buttons, and mx2, no, I think I will use it here, and mx2. Okay, pretty good. They are far away, but it's okay. Now we are going to do what? To configure the delete method. Let's just put here post because it's a post, but it's a delete. It's a post, but it's a delete. Just follow up with me. Okay, be careful for what I'm saying. Now let's go to the posts controller and let's delete that product, and we will delete it using the delete function in the model, and that is by, we will just find the post first using the post find. We'll pass the ID, and then we are going to delete that post using the delete. So post, we have a save and we have a delete. And let's now flash a message and return that pretty view. So the message will be success and deleted. And then thanks, and then okay, everything is fine and well. This will delete the post from our database. Let's try it with this post, and it is deleted from our database. Okay, now I want to spot the light on a very important thing, which is we want to really protect the posts from other users. So let's, for now, create a new user. Let's log out and let's register with user2, and let's give him an email, user2@user.com, password and password. Okay, so this user now is in the system and he sees this post which it's not for him. he doesn't own this post, but if he guessed the ID of this post, he can edit it. Let's see. If we refreshed here, it's the post ID number 1. So if it was a hacker and if it was a hacker and he wanted to change the value of the post or on the post or whatever, he can go to the URL and guess the ID of this post and type the things in the URL, and voila, he is in the edit post, which this post he doesn't own. So if he edit this update, he will own this post, as you can see, because in the update we are updating the user ID as well. We can remove that if we wanted to. Okay, we can remove that obviously in the update because it's preset. So if he updated it, he will not own this post, but he still updated the post. So to protect the data really from the other users, we will use a constructor in this. We will use not a constructor, sorry. We will use like a guard in the function itself. So when we want to update any post, we are checking if the data is right. Okay, so after that, we will check if the user is authorized to update this this post. So to do that, we are going to set an if statement to guard this product, to guard this post. We're going to set an if statement, and we're going to check the auth ID and compare it with the post ID. To be honest, we have to use it here because we don't have the post yet. So let's get the post ID, and to if this condition is true, if it doesn't equal, let's say it doesn't equal, that he doesn't own this user ID. If he doesn't own this post, then he can't update it. I like to structure my code like this, like there are obstacles. This is the obstacle number 1. If the user like passed the obstacle, he will go on, and then he will face another obstacle. So I will kick him out if he didn't pass this obstacle. That's the way I like to structure my code. You can do that. You can do if you want to check if this really owned, then do these. Okay, otherwise do the other thing. But I like to check the things that I don't want to, and then kick the user out if he doesn't satisfy these conditions. So to kick the user out, we are going to first set a session message. It's the same here, but we are going to use an error now. We're going to set it in a minute. So the let's say sorry, my friend, because he is a very bad hacker. Okay, and we are going to redirect out of this function. So whenever the function faces a return, it will stop here and just go out. It will not continue. So let's return this error. And sorry, my friend, let's just configure this error message really quick in the app. It will be really quick. Here we will check if there is any error. Then type the error. You can see. And make it colored with danger, which is red. All right, so let's try this for now. Let's log in with the user number 1 because this user stole that post. So let's log in. user@user.com, and the password is password user@user.com. I think that my caps lock, no, password y user at user.com. Did he steal also his name? Okay, let's go to the posts, and we will find that this post is not owned by this user. Let's check if we can enter that to that form, and we can enter. And that is because we didn't change the if condition. I was showing you how to enter it, but I forgot to change this to not. So if we refresh now, it have to kick us out. Let's update, and let's make sure that this is saved. And is this really updated? Let's check the post, user ID, yes. It should kick us out. 1, edit. Why is it letting us in? Let's double check. If the auth ID doesn't equal the post user ID, then return this. Why isn't it not working? Let me see. Okay, that's weird. The auth ID. So give me the number 2. It's number 1. Give me this and compare it with the user ID of the post. Post user ID. If it doesn't equal it, then enter here. Let's try thing to die and dump test inside this if statement. I think that there is a mistake here. Is it getting the right post? Let me die and dump this post. Oh, we are in the update. Oh my god. Oh my god. We are in the update. We should set this in the edit. Oh my god. Okay, so it will work now. It will kick us out with this, sorry my friend. So that's how you will get errors, and you will write a very bad code if you are sleepy and you are trying to explain things to people. We have protected this post from the other users, and let's protect this post also from in the delete. So if this user doesn't own the post, he can't delete it as well. Now I'm going to show you something. If we go to the posts and we are logged out, we can do so, and it's logical because the users who hasn't an account in the system can see the posts, but they can't create posts. If they do so, the system will return an error. We should hide this from the navbar when they are not in the system or they are not doesn't have an account, and also we should protect the controller from the unregistered users. And to do that, we are going to use the constructor in the controller. So we are going to copy the constructor from the home controller. It is used in the home controller, and let's copy the comment with it as well. And let's go to the top of the controller and paste this. So in the object-oriented programming, we know that the controller is fired up before everything. So this controller will be executed first, and it will check for the middleware. If the user is logged in, then he can't access anything from the methods inside this controller. Okay, but we can like do an exception for this. We are not going to do that for now. We are going to protect all the controller from the unauthorized users, and if we refresh this page now, it will kick us out to the login page, but we still get these buttons, and we will hide these in the blade. Let's go to the app file, and let's hide these from the navbar. They are in here. Let's hide all of this all of this unordered list, and we are going to check if the auth, and we have a function which is auth check. So if the auth check, if they are authed or they are registered, we will show this. Okay, and otherwise we are going to show anything. So let us just check if this worked. And they are hidden. They can't go to posts as well. And they can't see anything from the system. They can only see the home page and the login and register page. What else can we do to this lovely application? Let me check my code that I wrote. I think that is pretty it. I want to show you something really quick. We can write this code in the controller, that code, this logic, but we will not repeat ourselves again and again. If you notice that I wrote this if statement and I repeated this also in the destroy. So what if I wanted to change something in the message? So I will go to all of the update and destroy, and I will like change this message. I will inherit a function. I will customize a function in the model, and then I will get this function and execute it. So to do that, I am going to go to the post model, and here we are going to use this file for the first time. We have used it actually, but we didn't customize anything in it. Now we are going to do the first customizable thing in it. We are going to create a public function, and we will call it, for example, let's say check auth. It's not X, it's C. And we will receive here an ID. Okay, this function will return a true or false. Okay, so we are going to check. Let's do it for general purposes. Let's check if the auth ID matches that past ID. Let's do the inverse that we have did in the previous version. Let's return true. Return true. And otherwise we will return false. Okay. Now to use this function, to use this customized function, we are going to go to the posts controller, and in here, instead of typing this logic, we are going to type the post and then an arrow, and then check the name of the function, auth, and we are going to pass the post user ID. So with that, this will return whether a true or false. So if it is true, it will enter this method, and that is not what we want. We want to do the inverse. So let's toggle it. Let's try it. Let's log in with our user at user.com, password, and let's go to this post, which is posts 1 edit, and it didn't let us inside that edit form. And let's do the same in the destroy. Oh, actually we used the destroy one, so if we try to destroy, we can't destroy because we want to use external tools. Let's use it here, and let's refresh, and let's go to the first edit, and we have an error here because we used the auth in the post, but we didn't use it, or we didn't import it. So let's import the auth, and let's refresh, and we got the same result, and that's what we need. So that is it for our video series. I hope you got some really good information for you and had enjoyable time with me. This is the end, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me. And I hope that I give this channel the all of what I want and all of what I know, and make it a really good and big channel. So that's it for now. See you in another video series. Bye.